Hello, everybody. What is good? We are back. Me and my home slice Kim with What's Good Kimberly. We're talking the family that prays, directed and written by Mr. Tyler Perry. Kimberly, this is actually my favorite Tyler Perry film out of all of them. It is up there. If it's not my favorite, it's top three. Where are you at on the family that prays by Tyler Perry?
I mean, he's got an Oscar award winner in it. I mean,
Oh,
Kathy Bates elevating this film so much. I loved this film because I was like, when I saw the cast, I'm like, oh yeah, let's elevate. This. What year did this movie come out?
2008.
Oh my gosh. I was so young. Um, and yeah, back then I was like, as his trajectory was going up, 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 and we were like, okay, great. He's got wonderful new black actors we haven't seen. He's bringing in a lot of legends, but when he brought in Cole Hauser and the legendary, I mean, fried green tomatoes, misery, Kathy Bates, I was like, okay, we're going there. And this is one of my favorites. This is actually one of the films that I feel like should have been the model going forward for all Tyler Perry films. But I this was definitely one of my favorites.
Yes, Tyler Perry. I love this film. Why can't we get movies like this in 2025? But no, you give us stuff like Straw and Acrimony and A Fall from Grace. It's no excuse, man. No, no, all jokes aside, I like it, Tyler Perry. It's a flip of a coin with you. If this is your first time joining us over here, I'm Brandon. That's Kimberly. We like Tyler Perry. Well, half of them we like, half of them we don't like. It's literally a flip of a coin. Straw recently came out earlier this year. We didn't really care for it, but we did like 688. We thought that was fire. So we was like, hey, let's go through and watch all of the Tyler Perry films that we do like, that we do love. And that's what we've been doing. This is number 6. We've already done Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Daddy's Little Girls, and Good Deeds. And
Yeah.
also in anticipation for a new film by Tyler Perry coming out on Amazon Prime November the 5th. It is called Tyler Perry's Finding Joy. And so we was like, hey, new Tyler Perry movie coming out. Let's just talk about all the ones we did like. This is the best production across the board, in my opinion. The cast is stellar. We already talked about that. Sanaa Lathan, of course, Kathy Bates. Tyler Perry did great in this, except for his Afro wig.
I
Uh,
was just gonna say, I was just gonna say.
yeah, we can come back to it. Alfre Woodard is in this. She stole the show. Rockman Dunbar, Robin Givens, Taraji P. Henson, is in this thing doing her thing. Kim, one of the things I really did like about this film is all of the lessons that you can learn. This was not a comedy, which Tyler Perry is known for, and also drama too. But this was like a straight up drama, and it got me emotionally too from characters that I necessarily cannot relate to. That is both coming from with Alice, played by Alfre Woodard, and Kathy Bates, Charlotte. Like I was crying at one point in this movie.
Yes.
I was moved. Like when my non-spoilery review of this, I said to myself, I was thinking about my mom. Like what would life be like for me? And I'm blessed, thank God, that I'm still able to call her and talk to her and hug her because everybody doesn't have that opportunity right now. So thank you, God. But I wanted to hug my mom after watching this. When a movie can do that to me, we're talking spoilers. Kathy Bates' character Charlotte, she has early Alzheimer's, and she ended up committing suicide. Because she just didn't have anything left. She really wasn't really thrilled with her relationship that she had with her child William, growing up being a brat. But I think that she, at the end, she thought, well, I did the best that I could. And these the cards that I'm dealt with. I'm ready to meet my maker. She got baptized, and I,
So
I respect,
beautiful.
and I believed her at one point. She was in church talking about, do you believe that God can forgive us for all our sins? And Tyler Perry, he's strong with the church. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at that. I'm over here just like, oh God, I know I'm talking a lot. If I got to shut up, you want to jump in, let me know. You know, yeah. But and a matter of fact, I love how strong Alice's faith was. It was a little bit of comedy when they're in the strip club. Father Spirit, the Holy Ghost.
That was so. But he's like, "You want to pour some oil on me?" She's
Yeah,
like, "Yes, I To matter of fact, the
Yeah,
Holy Spirit. I was
I
that I love that
I love
scene.
that. I love that. But going back to Kathy Bates, she was like, "Yes, that Jesus died on the cross for our sins, so we didn't have to." And while it was sad, man, and the memory full on the camera, memory full. I can't just change my memory card. It was kind of corny, but
That was
I
no,
was
but
loving
that
it at
was
the same
so
time.
emotional. Yes.
Yes, I'm passing to you. I loved it. That's what got me. I'm just like, damn, Gina, Tyler, I loved it. How did you feel about all that? I know I said a
Oh
lot. My bad.
man, I just Charlotte, I loved her and I love the friendship that she had. It reminded me of some movies I saw like in the 90s of like, was it The War? Where like a little black girl and a little white girl become friends and they don't let what the world thinks of either of them stop them from their friendship. And they don't let I think sometimes there's this mentality of like, oh, I can't be friends with that person. They'll never understand me because they're rich and I'm not. They'll never understand me because they're white and their path has been different and I'm black. And I think that's a place we kind of are struggling to get out of in this day and time of being so into our own identity that we are stopping ourselves. And at the end of the day, they were just two women, mothers.
Yeah.
And they're like, we relate because we're mothers. We relate because of why we're friends. And yes, you have a lot more zeros in your bank account than me, but I love their friendship because there are so many friendships like that in the world. We're like, yes, we're different, but at the core of our heart, a mother's heart, a woman's heart, girl, we have so much to talk about. We have so much to laugh about. And that's something I really love because in a lot of Tyler Perry films, he does use class warfare, if you will, to kind of be the antagonist, be a character in itself of many of his films of like, well, this family's rich and this family's poor, and that's the basis of the story. And it's like, no, I love this story because it's like there's so much more to relate to. There's so much more to connect to. And when they got in that car and went on their little road trip, they were two women who have raised children and have gone through whatever they went through with their husbands that were just looking for adventure. And that is enough to have a strong friendship. And that is enough to relate to one another. And I
Mhm.
love that he didn't focus on this whole like, well, you're white, you're black, and we'll never be friends.
Right,
No,
right.
no. And just the childlike nature they brought out in each other, Brandon. I love because when they're dealing with their daughters, they can't embrace their childlike nature. When they're dealing with their backstabbing sons and making deals, they gotta, as a woman or women and men, right? People have to wear so many hats. And what I liked is when they were in the car with each other, they were wearing the exact hats that they wanted to wear. They were wearing their fun hats, their adventure hats, let's go get in some trouble, girl. Let's not think about the business deals and the daughters that are ungrateful and the sons. Let's act like little girls, you
Mhm,
know? And
mhm.
I just thought that was so special. And I thought it was so sad that Charlotte uh, um,
Took a life.
ended her life because another huge part was knowing, with the scene with the camera said everything. It's like this memory card is full.
Mhm.
And my brain has decided we're not going to go back to memories. We're going to jumble all your memories and get you to the point where you don't know who you are, you don't know who you're talking to. Alzheimer's does that. Your son will be standing right in front of you. You don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And they say, "Mom, remember this?" And they just, I went through that with my grandmother and she didn't want to experience her memories and her legacy leaving her right in front of her face and she I it's hard to say. I understood why she did it, and I love that she did the road trip and was like, "I'm going to make these new memories. Then I'm going to go out the way I want to. I'm not going to go out not remembering my best friend's face."
Yeah.
And that was so sad. But their friendship, I haven't seen Tyler Perry capture characters like that since this film.
Right on. Duly noted. I can't I don't really remember For Color Girls and I can do a battle by myself, but I can't wait to revisit those. But everything you said, I do agree with. And what I like about it is from the jump, from the beginning of the film, their friendship does feel real and genuine, and you don't even really know how they became friends until halfway in the film. It's called The Family That Prays. Her family was trying to pray on her urban development of 30 years ago, and she wouldn't budge. She's like, no, I'm not selling, or whatever they said. And actually ended up making her a millionaire at the very end. Now, I especially, got to deal with racism and the.
Well, she had always been a millionaire.
Am I? Oh, I'm really.
Yeah, Alfre Woodard, she had always been not always, but she had been a stakeholder for many years. I think the movie said like 15 years. She just never told anybody.
Well, no,
But
no.
her
Wait, wait,
friends set her
wait, wait.
up.
She was a millionaire before she met Charlotte.
No, 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 not before she met
Right.
Charlotte. She
Yeah.
wasn't.
Right.
But, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you said at the end she made her a millionaire.
No, no, no. It was revealed at the
Oh,
end.
revealed. Yes,
At the
yes,
end.
yes,
Maybe
yes.
I said it wrong. And also the point that you made, Kim, as far as another way they can relate is they both raised their children, and the relationship. I mean, with Alice's character, she had two daughters. She had Andrea, played by Sanaa Lathan, and Pam, played by Taraji P. Henson, raising the two same household, but two completely different daughters.
God.
Pam was the golden child, what you want, loving, respectful. Did a great job. Apple fall not too far from the tree. But Andrea was the devil. She was evil, and again, what I like about it is I'm pretty sure that Alice was not proud of the job that she did raising Andrea and the way that she turned out, because at one point towards the end she says, you are not going to be fulfilled by giving misery to other people. It's just not going to work that way. Stop it. I see where you're going. That was very, very
That
powerful.
was very powerful.
She was like, where did I go wrong with you? But
Mhm.
even though in a sense she kind of effed up in a way, well, actually, I don't want to make any assumptions. Alice was still able to find some peace and joy and a light at the end of the tunnel, at the by the end of the film. And I just said that when I was watching that scene, I was saying to myself, you may mess up here and there in life. We all make mistakes, and things may not always turn out the way that you want. Her husband left her 30 years ago. One of her children is evil, but she was still able to find peace. I think it was still a happy ending for her, and I like that. And again, it hit me personally. I know I'm talking a lot because when I did my non-spoiler review, I was just saying to myself, there's been times in my life where I'm like, damn, how am I gonna get out of this? My life is over. Oh, or just being crazy. But now I'm alive. I'm like, you know what? I got through it. It's not that bad, and I was able to relate to Alice's character in that same way, because she looked hurt and broken at the end where she saw that her daughter was a spawn of Satan, but it still didn't matter though. She had that dress and that back seat full of clothes, and she said, I'm gonna go on this road trip solo. You know, if it wasn't obvious to you, I loved it. You got any thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, I think again, I love the character development in this film, and I haven't really seen it since coming from Tyler Perry because it's so realistic to life. You can be there are brothers and sisters out there that are like, excuse me, that are like, dang, I can't believe I was raised with the same parents in the same household as my sibling, and we are so different. That is so real. That is so true. There's some people that the way they treat people and move through life, you're like, wow, they must have been abused. They must have had a witch for a mother. And then you meet the mother and the other siblings, and you're like, wait. How did you come from that sweet, sweet woman? And your siblings are so reasonable and kind and
Yeah,
considerate,
yeah,
and I had it all twisted. You're not, this sad, sad case. You choose this, and that's so real. And the way he fleshed that out through the characters was really good because I think if you had seen Sanaa Lathan's character was Andrea, if you had
mm,
seen her separately, you would have assumed the house she came from was like because it was like she was grabbing at every little bit of happiness she could, no matter who she grabbed it from. And you would have been like, dang, did she grow up this way or that way? Or was she on the street and never knew
yeah,
love? And it's like, no, she had a wonderful mother. So that was so real for him to write it like that. I
yeah,
loved that. And sadly, I think at times you looked at her and said, "Oh my gosh, nobody's that mean. Nobody's that. And actually, yeah, there's so many people like her.
Yeah,
There are so many people walking in trying to be the third member of somebody's marriage because they're like, I want my happiness. Why do you can't prey on somebody else's, you can't
yeah,
cause misery and receive happiness, honey. If you
right,
he did it to you, if he did it with you, he'll do it to you.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay? And so I just love the way he wrote these characters. Um and I just love the way as a mother you got to see how she did want the best for her kids, but sometimes you just can't control that. And I think she had that in common with Charlotte and her son
hmm,
of like shaking her head like, you want to vote me out of my own company? Like,
yeah,
in so many words, where did I go wrong with you? And then she's saying the same thing. Where did I go wrong with you? That was excellent character development. That was very, very good writing.
yeah, yeah. It was. We got a nice balance though. While
Mhm.
Sanaa Lathan is playing the black evil witch, we also got a nice wholesome woman.
You got a lot of names for her, bro.
She was, man. She was
Fauna
evil.
Satan,
She was evil,
evil witch.
man.
Yeah.
She was
Look, you're
evil, man.
real. It's real. I just think
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
names are funny.
Yeah, we also got Miss Robin Givens here.
Oh, I love
I
her so
actually
much.
I forgot she was in this film.
I did too, and I
Oh
love
yeah, yeah. I
her.
love her too. I love
Man,
her
I
too.
love
I'm
her.
trying to
She's such a
where's her
comeback.
name at? What is her name in this film?
Abby.
Abby. Abby. She went to she got a law degree. And also I think it was accounting as well. New CEO COO of the company. The exchange that she had with Andrea in the office, I love that. That was another
Oh,
high
yeah.
point for me. Just like, hey, what's going on? There's a no fraternizing policy here. Well, we're gonna get you out of here. You're fired. Okay. We're looking at these statements and these hotels. You in room 626. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, are you having an affair with Mr. Cartwright? Sisters like you. Make it look bad for sisters like me
Yes.
that's pulling their way to the top. You know what I'm saying?
She
I'm
said
like,
everything that the people in the audience, I feel like that was one of those moments where people will be like,
yeah,
thank you,
yeah,
yeah, because
yeah,
yeah, it makes us all look bad. It makes us, one can spoil the whole pot. It really can, and leave a taste in people's mouth thinking, the new black girl that comes to the company, oh, you probably gonna try to sleep with the CEO. And it's like, oh man, no, like, yeah, yeah, that was powerful. I really, really appreciated her
yeah.
character.
I did too. It was quite nice, and so shout out to Robin Gibbons because
Smart,
what?
sophisticated,
Yeah,
but appropriate. She's like, when old boy tried it, she's like, "Oh, dinner with you, that sounds great. Me and my
my
husband
husband,
would
right,
love that." And
right,
it's like, man, I wish more
right,
women would answer like that rather than
right,
getting yourself in sticky situations. Let me
right.
make it very common to you.
Right, 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 right. And I know that she went home immediately and told her husband, so I got this asshole that I work with. He trying to be slick and stuff. So why don't you show up and we show out together, on his beach
That's what a
side.
marriage should be. That's how you
Yes,
keep it
yes,
together,
yes.
people.
Shout out to this brother right here. I don't know your name. Was it a KD Strickland? Yeah, yeah. You're looking sharp, like I'm the husband up in here. Don't be trying to hit on my wife. I loved it. I loved it. I wish that Andrea would have done that at the very beginning of the movie when she was getting married. I mean,
She
Jesus
barely
Christ.
wanted that man. That was horrible.
Yeah,
Don't marry
yeah.
somebody that you barely want. If you're not in fiery, passionate love, then leave them be. Like, how selfish of you. Wow, Brandon, do you think she married? Why do you think she even married him in the first place if she was going to just disrespect the hell out of that man?
I don't know. Part of me, of course, I want to blame her, but I also want to blame him
Yeah,
too.
how did you not see this? How did you
He
not see this?
was a dummy. Come on, my
Yeah.
guy. What are you doing over here? What are you doing? The writing was on the wall, Chris. The writing was on the wall. She was not that into you. I mean, he couldn't see this, but she didn't even like the dress. She was like, wearing the dress
Yeah,
that mom gave
heirloom
her, and
dress, and you had no appreciation for it.
yeah, she arguing with her sister, and like, I'm just wearing it. I don't want to hurt my mama feelings, and if I was Pam, Taraji's character, the sister, I would have left her back there. It's like, hey, you put up your own, you get together by yourself. But man, this dude hit on your wife in front of you, man, on your wedding day. Yes, your wife is evil and conniving, but damn it, You should have called it quits right there. You should have known, my guy. You should have known. Other than you punching him at the end, you're sleeping with my wife and about to throw him off the ledge. Chris, you was a dum dum in this, man. You didn't deserve it, but crap.
Yeah, I
You-
wonder what that backstory. That would have been a great whole movie right there. Because I'm like, how does this happen? Like women that are so, and I know you and I in our own like friend circles or I think everyone in and answer in the chat, you guys. But like, haven't we all seen this where like a really good guy is with a girl that everybody's like, do you not see how evil she is? And it's like they have this screen over their eyes. Oh, y'all just don't understand her. And then they end up having a terrible relationship, terrible marriage, and get divorced. And then want to talk to people like, yeah, man, I don't know what happened. And everyone's like, don't know what happened. Like we told you, like I'm so Brandon, that's a whole nother, but how does that happen? Like
yeah, yeah.
I don't know, but that was a bummer because he seemed like a good guy in the heart. Like that's so weird.
And the way that she would talk to him, he just trying to get
Squashing his dreams,
yeah,
man.
yeah, just like you don't know how to conduct yourself in a room full of businessmen. You don't
So
know how to
insulting.
give a proposal. You stutter.
Oh,
You'll never be a car right. I'm like, what? And I was just like, bro, why are you letting her
I would
talk
have
to you
drawn
this
up
way?
papers right
It doesn't
there.
make any sense. What? You weenie man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she was still just evil. Like, come on, man. If your husband says he wants to be an astronaut, you need to build him the suit. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but still,
No, but like, yeah, if you're not gonna ride or die for your man, like they're speaking truth. Like, babe, you know what? I really think we need to have a second person look over this business plan. But like, you stay with it. You
yeah.
encourage, and that's what marriage is taking that adventure and taking that risk and going, okay, it's me and you. Whether we're in a tiny apartment or a big mansion, it's still me and you. So,
At one point, I said to myself, maybe Pam, Taraji P. Henson's character, should have been married to Chris Dunbar's character. Because Tyler's character, he was like, "Hey, baby, I'm chilling right now." Ben, he was like, "Look, can we not be dreamers and just relax? I think we got a good life." And she's like, "Well, you did used to be a dreamer, and I don't want $1 million. I just want a new couch, a new sofa." You
yeah, I
know,
liked her so
I
much.
did too. She was great. She was just like, let's just not settle. But then
Yeah,
you had Dunbar over here, Chris, that's just like, I want to go to the other galaxy and meet the aliens and start a construction company. I mean, I still did like being in Pam's relationship, but I was like, that would have been an interesting relationship, some alternate universe or something like that.
yeah.
What you learn from this, man, don't be Andrea, speak life and confidence and love into your husband. Help him out. Okay. If he has a
Or
stuff,
set him free. If you can't, then set him free. You know what? I just can't do this anymore. Let's co-parent. I think staying together and being miserable is incredibly detrimental to children and even her child. Like even not wanting to pay your sister.
yeah.
Like how
Yeah,
dare you? Like she's struggling and
right.
you're gonna complain because you gotta pay her? Like, bruh.
You can just throw away $5,000 and stuff. And well, not throw away, she wrote the check. But going back to Andrea and Chris, like she didn't give him no love, no affection. He trying to, he making pizza look like it was homemade from scratch. Hey baby, I got the dinner on the table. It's fun. It's pizza Thursday. And I got some pizza pockets in the oven. I got some Netflix, I got the oil. Let me rub your feet. I'm tired, Chris. Okay. I just got done smashing car right, you know. Um, she was it's like she was so mean, but I was just mad at him. Like, I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like that's like I'm putting myself in his shoes,
It
man.
made you
Yeah,
mad. It
it,
made
it,
you mad,
it,
man.
it, it really did, man. It
Yeah.
really did because that was just unnecessary. You spoke on it briefly though. Pam and Ben and Pam, Tyler and Taraji. What did you think about their relationship, their dynamic?
I gotta check out the release dates, but I think aside from was it Boris Kojo's bad afro in one of his films? Like
Mm,
that had to have been the worst afro wig. Like I feel like this was the beginning of black folks being like, Tyler.
What's going on?
I know you got some better wig people in your production. Like, get someone from Broadway, get someone
Mm.
that understands a front lace. Like, black people were like,
Why was it necessary at all? Just, you know.
you do is not doing, my brother." Like, I just, oh, Tyler, God bless him. But I I I think it's interesting the dynamic that they had, but at least they were kind to one another,
Mhm,
and I love that she was ride or die. Like, I love the way she loved him.
mhm,
And I really felt for her, and that I know there's sisters all over the place that are like, "God, girl, you are so selfish. You are so this. You are so that."
mhm.
Um, I felt for them. I wanted more for them, But in terms of just like, it's okay to dream. You have this woman. When you have a woman that believes in you, you should feel like you can do anything, and you should have the courage to take the steps. Because as you can see, your friend has the courage, but he doesn't have the woman, and that is so much of his troubles.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I liked it too. Their relationship was nice. As far as Ben is concerned, I understand where he's coming from. I kind of wish he was honest with Chris a little earlier in the film. He's like, man, everybody know, your wife is smashing our boss and all of that. Chris could have still did a better job with his proposals, or maybe Tyler could have wrote that better. But you know, I guess that's just like a little nitpick right there. So another character that I did like was Jillian Cartwright, the wife of
Yeah,
William.
I
Now,
like her too.
at one point, I was kind of confused as to why Charlotte has such a disdain for her character. The only thing I can come up with is she was mad that she either thought that she was a gold digger, and the fact that they eloped when she was
Mhm.
younger and she wasn't able to, attend the wedding, which I can understand. I don't want to say okay, you can get over that, but was there any other reason why she didn't really care for Jillian? Because at the end she was like, "Oh, Jillian, you're here in my flower garden without calling." Gave her some dope ass advice. I did like that. That was
I
some.
love that scene.
So you can comment on that, but I couldn't think of any other reason why she didn't really care for her, unless you can help me out.
Yeah, I think when you have a very strong woman like that, a very is for any Office friends, for any Office fans. If you love Kathy Bates in The Office, it was funny because her character in The Office and her character in this film are very similar. They're female CEOs, and they are just strong Southern women. They're almost the same character. If you're an Office fan, you totally know what I'm talking about. But I think like when I think of that type of woman, and I've seen that type of woman here in California where I am. I've seen, the archetype of that female CEO. Your brain is a bit different when you spend your whole career, 30, 40 years in boardrooms full of men. um, you're a different kind of mother, you're a different kind of wife. The strength that you have to carry, you tap into your masculine energy a lot. And you kind of, I do understand her, because when a woman comes along that's not like you want another strong woman. You want another woman that it's like, I can see through what my husband's doing, and that's okay because I got to feel on the side myself. Like I think what she didn't like in her daughter-in-law was, oh, you're just one of those sweet ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can. When a man tries it with me, honey, I can run him over run him through the ground, run him off a building. Like, I'm this superwoman, and you're this little mouse. And so I think her disdain for her, it wasn't like I hate you. It was more like I kind of don't respect other women that aren't as strong or smart as me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can understand that, because she kind of, it was a mix of like, you just don't belong. Like, if you're going to be in this family, you got to be strong and you got to be able to hold your own. And I don't have time for you because I'm not going to hold your hand. I really don't. I didn't do a lot of crying. I recognized what my marriage was from jump. I recognized the type of family I was marrying into from jump, and I had the strength. When I took over the company, I got the gumption. But you're this little mousy, oh, and as soon as you understand who my son is, you're going to crumble. And I just don't want to hear it. And so I don't think it was hate. I think it was the different mentalities between
I like that.
women who were very will cuss out a man in a business meeting and women that'll run and cry in the bathroom. There's a huge difference between that type of chick. And it wasn't hate. It was, I just don't have time for your crying. Cowboy up and be a
Right.
woman. That's how I think she was. And
I
that's
like
why I think she gave her that gold advice because she was like, finally, you're realizing what this is. Finally, I can talk to you how I want to talk to you, which is get him in line and then get you some side piece, like girl, and get your money and show up and show out at the hotel. Like, girl, cowboy up.
Yeah. And she did, Charlotte can relate too. She says that her husband was having an affairs, and she said at one point she was having her own too. I think was had 3 divorces. Also shout out to Cowboy Rick Slick at the end. He had some game or got the dance at the I liked him when they was at the bar before they went to the strip club. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, how you like had,
Oh,
before the strip club, they went to the bar.
that was an
And
adorable
yeah, it
scene,
was.
and it made me wish she wasn't having Alzheimer's because 'cause I'm like, "This could be a good dude for you."
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
that, wa-
I
that, wa-
like that.
that was nice. That was nice. But yes, you are correct. With everything that you said about Charlotte there and their relationship, I do like that. Well said. Well said. Well said. And what was her name? Jillian. She did cowboy it up, and it was nice where she met Andrea in the hotel room.
Love
Room
that
six two
scene.
six. Like he ain't finna marry you, you dumb heifer. That's why you are confined to this little room right here. He don't want to be seen with you in public. And she's like, oh, she her dumb ass really think he was finna marry her. It felt so
She
good.
was standing her
Yeah,
ground and
yeah,
being like, "You know what? You can be here and doing all these things, but I am not giving up my
right,
husband, and I'm not giving up this money, and
right.
I will fight you." That was really, I love that because she could have been like up in there with tears with mascara running down her face, talking about why, but instead she kept her composure and was like, "Look, ho,
Mhm.
um, not going anywhere, and
Yeah.
he's not gonna leave me."
Kind of
So
pathetic, kind of pathetic. Yeah,
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 I love
yeah.
that.
Do you think the strategy of Chris running around from business to bank to bank, hey man, I'm trying to start a business. I need some money. It ended up not only getting him fired, but Ben fired too. Not only that, Kim, he goes to the bank to get $40 and finds out that he has $286,000 in the
No,
bank.
he didn't have it.
Wife had it, and another.
Homegirl had it. That
Who
was
makes
crazy.
that type of money? Also, she had a $65,000 salary, but has a house paid for, cars paid for, designer bags, designer clothes, not telling her husband about the gala. What is going on, Kimberly?
So messy.
What is going on?
So
What would you do if you found out that you just had an extra $286,000 in the account? What you do? Would you go buy a bunch of tacos, give it to the homeless, buy your mama a house? What would you do?
that's a great question, Brandon.
Probably buy some.
I'd get a lawyer immediately. And I'm not saying just to get a divorce. Like I'm not saying like, oh, I'm just so quick for divorce, but I'd get a lawyer and I would find out everything legally. Because obviously, if it's in the shared checking, that was dumb on her. First of all, these people are not very smart. Why isn't at another bank in a secret account that he can't get to? That's dumb. First of all, bruh, why is your house not in order? Why do you not know how many accounts are under your name? It's very easy to log in. But get your house in order, everybody. But I would get a lawyer immediately and find out just legally what are we doing? I don't want it. You want to be sneaky like that? Go ahead, keep it. I'm
Oh, so
I'm
you
I'm
you wouldn't
bouncing.
take
Keep
it,
it. I don't
you
want
wouldn't take
you.
it and open up a business?
No, no,
Okay.
no. I'll leave with whatever I have in my bank account. You do all that without me. I don't want whatever this is a part of, but I would get a lawyer because one, how the hell did you get that money?
Mhm.
Is it illegal? My name's on the account. So am I all of a sudden wrapped up in this? I mean, how many times have we seen spouses go down with the ship? Because that's in both of our names, stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, Like, I would immediately get a lawyer, but
Yeah.
it wasn't smart. I understand that he had dreams. This is why I really appreciate corporations that have continuing education for their employees, which there's a lot of great corporations out there. I think it's important, side note for people, if you're like looking for a job, to go off of the list of the top 100 companies to work for in your state, because there are companies that are like, "Oh, you want to learn more about business? We will pay for you to go to school." I think he should have sought education before he was like 0 to 60, because something that you can't do that actually, if you think about it, aside from all the affair and drama, him getting fired was correct. If you work for a company, you cannot go after their competitors for your own contracts. That was they were correct in firing him for that reason, not for I want to smash your wife, but he needed more knowledge. I think it would have been more respectable for him to for him to go to the company and go, "I really am interested in learning more about business. What mentorship, there's a lot of mentorship programs out there. There's like Six Sigma, there's like a lot of business leadership and mentorship, aside from just going back to school. A lot of companies, I was in a program at a mortgage company that had a 6-month educational process for me to get 6 steps ahead. And there was homework and I had tests and I was kind of in school through my company. So I think he should have sought knowledge rather than I have this great idea. So I'm just going to contact, ooh, who should I contact? Oh, all of my company's competitors and see if they'll buy into it. Bruh, let's get some education.
Yeah, yeah. So he got the boot, man, and
Yeah.
the drama unfolded at the diner, Kim.
It's oh my
Then his mom
God.
and baby lost a job, and he's just like, "We're going to start our own company." Just pie in the sky. That was very fairy tale.
Brandon, I have a question for you.
What is up? What's going on?
What would you do if you went to get out some money and saw that your wife had another account and you up in here praying that your $40 comes through and
Oh,
come to find out you got $260,000? What would you do, my friend?
I don't want to steal your answer, because
Go ahead, steal it. It's okay.
that did not come to my mind at first, even though that is probably the smartest thing to do. That would probably be the wisest. Um, I would probably get something to eat. No, then I would, I don't know. I would probably, I mean, I would ask her, okay, where did this money come from? Like, who made the deposit? How was the deposit made? At what time, when? Because that would narrow a lot of things down.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't want to let it go, and I would try to withdraw as much as I could just to have some cash on me. But at the same time, I would be nervous. Like, my name is on this as well. If this is illegal, I don't want to go to jail. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Of course, I will call my spouse, but getting something to eat first and probably withdrawing.
Would you like go eat at a Michelin star restaurant? You're like, you know what? Before we even get into this,
Yeah, let me enjoy myself.
I am gonna go to French Laundry and just experience this once, and then we'll start fighting. But
Yeah.
I'm finna have this lamb.
But no, I would definitely be on the phone, because we gotta figure this out.
Would you open a business with that money?
I
Was he wrong for doing that,
was
Brandon?
gonna ask you that.
Was
Yes
that
and no.
stealing?
Yes,
Was
yes.
that stealing?
Stealing is not the word. Uh, I mean,
Getting mine is the
technically,
word.
it is theirs because we didn't steal it. I mean, they are married, so it is their money. But that still can ruin a relationship by not communicating. You know,
But
and
she hoed really well for that money. She worked
damn,
hard
why
for
you gotta
that
put it that
money,
way? Oh, you gotta
Brandon.
put it that way. You're right. You're right. Raw money, not good money. I don't want dirty money, and that's some dirty money right there. So
There
it's
you
some
go.
bank money. But
Yeah.
yeah. So they lost the job, and she comes storming, Tasmanian devil in the diner. Chris, where's all my money? That's my money. I slept my way to the top floor, baby. It's okay. I got a business. You stupid. You retarded. You ain't gonna beat no car, right? You both are losers. And Ben said, wait a minute now, you could talk to him that way, but you're not
Okay.
gonna talk to me that way. Trick, I got your lose over here. I'll come smack you around. Ben, calm down. That's Pam. And y'all will never be a Cartwright. Ain't nobody want to be no Cartwright trick. I was laughing my ass off. This is where the comedy was coming in. And man, the disrespect was crazy. It was crazy. She was like, "You a loser. You ain't. He's my man, Chris. He's my man." That's where all the mother like it was supposed to happen, and being over there like, you dummy, everybody know they're getting booty at the job and at the goddamn, and everybody sees it, she's like a doorknob, everybody
You
has
did
a
not.
turn. Yeah, and she
Not
just
getting booty
said,
at the job.
"He's my man." Like, that is
And then didn't she
diabolical.
say like the son was like,
After
and that boy ain't
Yeah,
yours?
after he smacked her and she did the
Oh.
520-degree spin over the man, that was a joyous occasion right there in the theater.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was domestic
pe
violence.
people erupted more in that scene than they did in Avengers Endgame when Captain America got Mjolnir, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a mess of violence, but
It would have been better to like throw a milkshake in her face than like go from like because I remember that scene, Brandon, and in the theater, I was like, "Yeah, wait, that's domestic violence. Wait, I
yeah,
can't cheer at this." Like he should have thrown like a pie, a slice of pie, or a
yeah.
milkshake, or whipped cream.
So
Like, but he
you
he
disagree with the
physically
slap.
assaulted her.
He did. He did. Um, to be honest with you, that was the first time in my life where women across the board universally was okay with a man slapping a woman. I'm not saying that myself. Like, hey, this is the only time where it's okay. Not saying that at all.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I didn't care in this scene right here. I was just like, hey, I didn't care. Usually I care, but in this scene, I
But
didn't. Y'all let us know what y'all
it
think.
is what
And
it
then
is.
how you gonna do us like this? We've been married all these years. We got a son together. Your son is a Cartwright. Man, that was awful right there.
Yikes.
I was curious at the end, when they kind of did the montage showing the ending of everybody's story. She's
Hmm.
all humble with her hair in a ponytail, look like she's at a motel. He shows up. I'm like, why are you there, bro? That is not your child. Y'all better be divorced now. You free, my guy. You are free.
Yeah, but you love your baby, and that's what it is. It's not the kid's fault.
yeah, of course
And
not.
that's him being
Not
a good man. That's being a good man. And you know what? There's a lot of men out there raising kids that were a result of them getting cheated on. And I
Oh,
just want to take the time, Brandon, and to all our viewers, if that's you, I just want to applaud you because those stories are out there and it's not the kid's fault. I thought that was great that he was still showing up because you know who wasn't there?
what was
His
that?
old boy, Cartwright.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And if that's so good, man, William, I've been calling you. Why have you answered the phone? I know. Baby,
Rip.
I lost my job. It's okay, baby. We can get
Dude, let's talk about Cole Hauser. Dude,
it's
rip.
over. Yeah,
For
yeah.
any Yellowstone fans, he looks so different. I mean, his whole like acting career, he's had like reddish hair and like his weight was way different. So a lot of people don't know. If you guys don't know, that's Rip from Yellowstone. Okay, that's our dude. Anybody that watches Yellowstone loves them some Rip and Beth, but Rip, that is Rip. When he was a redhead, when he was a ginger, which y'all know that means he's a brother. But yeah, I what did you think of him?
I liked him. He was a white devil. He was evil.
Ah,
He played the role very well, preying on everybody, preying on the weak. He was successful with getting Andrea,
mm,
but not Robin Givens' character, not Abby. So, but he was a nasty man, but did a really good job.
yeah.
I'm mad at Chris at the beginning when he hit on his wife in front of him at the wedding. It's like, whoa, bro. Don't just step to her like that and grab her on the shoulder at the very beginning. But I thought he did great. What did you think? How did you think he did?
I love him. Man, I love that character. He's one of those actors that plays bad so well. He plays the bad guy so well. And it's sad that when you get in a certain level of uh you know um much like, oh god, what's my HBO film about Succession, much like Succession, when you mix business and family, it's so brutal because you could have like if that wasn't his son, like yeah, you might have just cause to be like you're getting older, ma'am, you're forgetting things. I want your seat. So I'm going to talk to the board and I'm going to go for the seat. Like yeah, that's brutal business. And in a business sense, maybe you can't blame someone for recognizing like that, but when that's your mother
Yeah.
and you're trying to get her to sell her shares and give up her voting rights on the board and then vote her out. Wow,
Mm.
that's evil. That's like that's the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil, y'all. Stop misquoting that. The love of money is the root of all evil, and he loved money more than he loved his mother.
It's craziness, craziness. Did he
Wow.
deserve to be thrown over the ledge here? And
Throne, no. Shown what it would be like, yes. I don't condone murder, but just giving you a peek out the window of what could be. I
yeah,
don't know. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm okay with that. You got shown the door, but like, yeah, he needed somebody to scare him out of that because at the end of the day, you screw around with enough people, your money will not protect you.
this
We
is
see that every day.
this is true.
You keep messing with the little people. At the end of the day, we just two men with two fists. Like, what's up?
Hmm.
you know?
Do you have any thoughts on Mr. Nick here, the broker that lost his job, wife died,
Oh, I
married?
love I really that was kind of a side story that again, I would say this is one of the best written Tyler Perry films, Brandon, because that was kind of a side story that was written very well.
Hmm.
Because I didn't feel like I know we talked about in the last movie where there was like that side story that was like that wasn't fleshed out well with Diary of a Mad Black Woman where we had the drug addict. Like I know that wasn't fleshed out well. That was a side story that was like we need to know more. But this was good. I learned just enough about him. I love the relationship between him and Alfre Woodard's character. I thought it was beautiful. Just that she had that mentality as a diner owner, as a restaurant owner. If you know what, she had clothes in the back ready
Hmm.
for someone in need. I love that. For those, very super side note, Brandon. For those of you that don't know, John Bon Jovi has a restaurant where it's for homeless people, and if they can pay, great. If they can't, that's fine. And that's what this made me think of. Is like, wow, you got clothes in the back, ready to help people. You are fine giving them from free bread, free soup, free meal. Eat this salad. Just go take care of yourself. I think if you're a business owner and you're not giving back like that, then why are you even doing this? What's the purpose of wealth if you're not going to share it? I thought that was beautiful, but I love that that's not unrealistic actually to happen because so many of the people that are on the side of the freeway outside of the store with a cup saying anything that can help, you do not know somebody's backstory,
This
and
is
all it takes is tragedy for someone to completely come outside their mind to the point where they're living on the street. There's a lot of I would venture to say there's a lot of stories like that we walk past every day, and I thought that was a really beautiful part of the story, Brandon. I like that he was a shareholder. I like that it explained the relationship when he was like, did your mom tell your mom to do that thing because she needs to do it? Remember, like I like that he was still using his business acumen to help her, and she was just. I thought that was so beautiful. I loved it, loved it, and I loved that he was like the board member. I just the whole thing just warmed my heart.
that's what's up. Highlight for you. I liked it too. Something else as well. Another supporting character, the assistant at the firm. Um,
I like her.
she was funny. I
She
like
was in Why Did I Get Married? She played the baby mama.
really.
Yeah, the one that was like
Oh,
so.
that's the same person. Wow.
Yeah, same girl.
Yeah, yeah. She got a little tipsy at the party at the gala. But she was appreciative of Abby the next day. But when William Cartwright, Sanaa Lathan, Andrea, Chris, the husband, and Abby met in
Uh-huh.
front of the assistant's desk right there in the office. And Chris was like, "Hey, I'm trying to, talk to you about a proposal." And Cartwright said, "Okay, give me 15 minutes." And he was like, "Clear out my schedule." The assistant called Andrea right there and was like, "Your 15-minute meeting is going to be late." She actually answered the phone. I laughed my ass off right there. That
I
was so
love it.
petty. But
I
they
love
all knew
it.
that she was conniving. So they, Abby and the assistant knew that Andrea was evil. So, I liked it. That was petty, but it was lovely. Ken, we both loved the movie, or at least I did. You have any final thoughts, or did I leave anything out?
Final thoughts are if Tyler Perry's watching this, I don't know if you are, man, we still believe in you and please go back to this form.
Yes.
Please go back to this form. Please have um, just a great cast, black characters, white characters. There's some great actors that are not black that I would love to see in a Tyler Perry film. I mean, I know actually, I don't know if did Tyler Perry do that kind of scary one where Glenn Close was in. Was that a Tyler Perry film? The
Uh,
one where Andrea, what's her name? Where the boy was possessed? No, that was not Tyler Perry, I don't think.
I don't know.
But like Glenn Close was in a film. It was like a black film, but Glenn Close played like the mother. Um,
Do you remember the year around what
uh,
year it came out?
God, like 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, I'm sorry to bring it up, like surprising you, but I'm just saying, like, there are some really great actors, black or white, that I would love to see in a Tyler Perry film, and I would love for him to return to this form, where he's really taking time to flesh out the characters. He's really taking time to step outside of a super obvious plot where many of his viewers are going to go, "Oh, it's a Tyler Perry film. I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen." This was a film that was like, although you kind of saw the direction certain characters were going in, the way things were fleshed out, it was very satisfying
Mhm.
without being extremely predictable. I just whatever mode he was in this film. I don't know. Some people when they write, they go away from their home. I think he's in Atlanta. Maybe you go to a ranch in Montana and you write. Whatever you did, whatever tea you had that morning, sir, whatever amount of hours of sleep you had, whatever you did to give us the family that praise, let's repeat that. I'd love to see this quality again, but with great wigs. I would love to see this writing again. I would love to see this all-star cast that is so well blended again, and the production value. Brandon, I don't know if you know the budget of this film, but the production value. Let's go to the investors. Let's get that production value again. This is the kind of Tyler Perry movie I want to see. And after 20 some odd years in the biz, he has no excuse but to produce this kind of content. And that's my thought.
Yes, and the budget is $15 million, it looked like. So,
It's well used, well used.
what was that straw?
Oh, straw was it $6,000?
Straw. Let's see. Whoa, 20 million?
Don't you dare!
That don't make sense.
Don't you dare! Oh my gosh!
Wait, 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 wait. Okay, wait, no. But films like his 2019 had a okay.
Okay,
Wait, so information not yet available. Okay, not yet.
okay. Because I was gonna say, don't you dare tell me.
Hold on, let
Well,
me
in that case, just return to form, good sir, Tyler Perry, please.
ask Chat
Good
GPT.
lord,
I'm just curious. What does
my
Chat
goodness.
GPT say?
That
Search
better that better not have been a $20 million budget for a straw. Don't you do that to us, man.
This is hilarious.
No,
This says
no.
it says it was a budget of $0.
Chat said that?
Hold on, let me bring it up. Uh, hold on. Let me actually take that down because
The AI tells no lies.
now y'all can see my desktop. Let me unshare this real quick. I've
That's
been looking at
dope.
all type of crazy stuff on
That's
ChatGPT.
dope desktop, by the way.
Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. If you're watching this on my channel, please subscribe to Kimberly's channel. If you're watching this on Kimberly's channel, please subscribe to my channel. We will both really appreciate it. This is number 6 for us. I think we got 3 more Tyler Perry movies to go, and I can't wait. So until next time, don't forget, I'm B. Avery. That's Kimberly, and that is just our opinion. Peace out. We'll see you next time.